What's going on, YouTube? Thank you so much for joining me today. Firstly, as always, start off with a great big thank you to all of our men and women in all branches of service. Thank you so much for doing what you do so the rest of us are free to do what we do. Secondly, before we get going on this review, the FDA has released their deeming regulations, and they're going to ban 99% of all vape gear the way things are written currently. So please join CASA, follow Not Blowing Smoke, fight for your vaping rights so we can keep them. Okay, now we're going to talk about this guy right here, Noisy Cricket. Now, I know that I'm nowhere near the beginning of the release of this thing, but I buy all my vape gear, so I gotta wait, and I haven't been vaping long enough to have been able to do something like this. Now, Series Hybrid Tube Mod. You need to do your homework. You can't put just anything on this. You can't put a sub-ohm tank. You can't put an RTA on it. You have to have something with a nice protruding 510 pin, because your atomizer directly contacts your battery. If you put something wrong on there, you're going to end up in the news. After you have the right atomizer, you have to know Ohm's law and use an Ohm's law calculator to make sure that your build is not asking too much of your batteries. So you have to do your homework. If you're not willing to do your homework, then you're willing to end up on the news. That's my opinion. We're going to leave it at that. So we're going to drop down, take a better look at this thing, come back up, give you my thoughts, and we'll get you guys out of here. Alright, so here we are up close. This is all the pieces that make up the Noisy Cricket. That's it. That's all there is. So here is your aluminum tube mod that holds your batteries. There's a top where you get your button and your atomizer connection, and here's your bottom completely disassembled. And it has this, you can, all the way through, it has just tubes that the batteries slide into. You can see right straight through. Nice smooth all the way down. And what makes your connection is this little wishbone, dog bone type piece right here. It got the copper on the bottom. And this just sets right on top. You see you got this little, the centerpiece that separates the tubes. It sits right on top of there. That's it. And it will teeter back and forth. This also has a little nubbin right here. Sticks up. That's what you actually get your teetering effect on. Here's your bottom. 3 vent holes on each side. J-Bowl logo in the center there. Let's make it this direction. So simply drop that on top. Take these itty bitty little screws, drop them back into place, and I'll try to screw this. Get it started and then I'll tip it. Alright, and then simply just screw them in. Sits nice and flush, no sharp edges. Very nice. The threading, is a little rough, but it gets the job done. It doesn't squeak, doesn't do anything. This finish collects juice, no fingerprints, not horribly durable because you can see that little chip right there. I don't even remember dropping it, but there we are. So, series 1 up, 1 down, positive, negative, and we take our top piece here. This is what your atomizer connects to. It has this little notch in here, so you can take it off with a coin. You need to just put it on finger tight, but we need to have a atomizer with a protruding 510. This is the Twisted Messes version 2 that you guys just saw in my last video. And this goes on here because I purchased these together because I knew that this had a good 510 pin and it's completely surrounded by Peak Insulation. So there's no way that the rest of my atomizer is going to touch my battery, which is important. Screw that down to the positive side, nice and tight. And we take our button, standard button. You've seen them 100 times. You pinch this contact spins, that's how you pull it apart. There's a spring in there, nothing special to see, so I'm not tearing it apart because it's a bit of a pain to line back up and get back together. And simply screw this down, finger tight. There's a notch here, so you can use a coin or something like that, but not suggested. And that's it. We're together. This is how I've been rocking it. This is the only atomizer I have that has a protruding enough 510 pin. So, and this is nice and juiced, and oh yeah. Let's get back up top. Let's vape this guy. Alright, so there is a closer look at the Noisy Cricket. Really not a lot to it. No safety devices. You are the safety device. You press this button, it's going to try to fire whatever build you've got in there. Doesn't matter. One of the reviews I watched said that they wished that they would have put on the packaging how low you can build. Well, how low you can build depends on Ohm's law. This will fire anything you put in it. It'll try to fire a tank, an RTA, any build, doesn't matter how low it is, what resistance, this thing's going to try to fire it. You're the safety device. So that being said, I wish that on the packaging they would have put some sort of warning about understanding Ohm's law. I don't remember seeing anything like that. But this thing just rips. Holy crap. I'm vaping on some Epicloud's Caramelized Banana. Oh man, that's some good juice. I actually gotta do a review on that. I started to do a review, but then everybody came home and my audio was screwed up. So, but fresh off the charger, this is a 0.42 to a 0.45. None of my devices are agreeing on what this build actually came out to. Usually they agree, but they didn't for this one. I don't know why. At 4.2, I am pulling exactly 20 amps. These are Samsung 25Rs. They are 20 amp batteries, so I'm at my safe limit. Any lower, I'm stressing my batteries more than their continuous voltage can handle. But this thing just... Oh. Okay, I'm not gonna drag you through it anymore. I love this thing. I rarely leave the house without it. It fits really good in the hand. It fires every time because it's mechanical. As long as it makes a connection, it's gonna fire. This combo, this is the only atomizer I have. I think I mentioned that earlier, that has a 510 pin that's safe to use on a hybrid top cap. Man, I really like this device. It fits really well. It works really well. It's fun to build on. I've actually enjoyed learning how to do it the right way. My dad's a mechanic, so I've always been tinkering with things. The finish, maybe not the greatest. The threads, yeah, they could be a little smoother, but you can find this thing all over the place. I'm pretty sure Vape NW, I think they just carry them for 20 bucks. I bought mine at eSiggity when they were running a 30% special on the entire store, so I paid 30 bucks for mine. 30 bucks, 20 bucks, 20 bucks. For $20, if you're willing to do the homework, you have to be willing to do the homework to be safe. Okay? You are the safety device. If you're not willing to do the homework, then don't bother. Don't spend the money, spend it on something else. If you're willing to do the homework, or if you already know how to build safely and understand Ohm's law, man, and you don't have one of these things, pick it up. That's my 2 cents. All right, let's play the FDA ninjas game. The FDA wants to confiscate all of my vape gear, and I'm not giving up my vape gear unless I give up my Second Amendment rights, and we all know that ain't happening. So, because I'm not giving it up, they send in the ninjas. And because ninjas are sneaky, we all know ninjas are sneaky. And they come in, steal all my vape gear, and I've got nothing. I gotta start over. Am I gonna buy another one of these? You're damn right I'm gonna buy another one of these. Bigger question might be is, when am I gonna buy my next one in another color? Because I love this thing. I really do. It was completely worth the money. $20 for the way it works, the way it feels, completely worth it if you're willing to do the homework. So, that's what I got for the review. That's what I think. This thing rocks. Please remember, join CASA, follow Not Blowing Smoke, fight for your vaping rights so we can still vape tomorrow. That's all I got, guys. We'll see you next time.